What's up, guys? It's me, James from James Reptiles, and unfortunately I have some bad news. Bad for me, probably not bad for you. I will be selling one of my snakes today. And usually I would wait till a reptile show or something, which I will be getting my seller's permit, hopefully Monday. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But Midas, my second ever snake, my first snake was a hognose, and he was my second snake almost immediately after. I was like, I have to get a second snake. I bought him on Craigslist as like just barely a hatchling from some guy who bought it for his sons who he lost custody of. And so he's like, I don't know what to do with this snake, buy it from me. I paid $40 for it as a baby. And I've always kind of had the feeling it was a wild-caught animal. California king snake, it is a native snake. I've never personally seen one like this in the wild. You just don't see them that often. But, there's a possibility it's wild caught, but I have to assume that it's not, just for my own legal sake, honestly. And of course, there are certain California laws where I believe you can only have 2 of each species with the certain permits. And if you include Nessie, which is a chocolate phase, which I believe currently is still the same species, and my 2 het albinos produced by a buddy of mine and given to me for free, gifted, if you will, that makes 4. So technically right now, I am sort of breaking some laws. Technically, that's a big no-no. I kind of knew that this would happen at some point, but my buddy is a manager over at a local reptile store, the one that everyone in the area goes to. Reptile Depot is my favorite. And I told him, I said, you know what, I can't legally keep caring for this snake. I know they have all the right permits. They're allowed to buy it, they're allowed to sell it, they're allowed to do whatever they want with it. I said, it's $20 and it's yours. And he said, you know what, that's awesome, we'll take it. So I will be selling this snake today. Unfortunately, his name is Midas. I don't know if he'll keep that name, but the albino California king snake, once I clean all this stuff in the enclosure, this will be his enclosure. Now you're probably thinking you can only have 2, and you have 4. So what does getting rid of 1 do for you? Well, the law states that you can only have 2 unless they are albino, and I believe that's kind of used loosely. If it's obviously not something you can find in the wild, no one's really gonna arrest you. And at the same time, 2 of my 3 are het albinos, which once they're up to size, I will be able to prove out. I will breed them to my physical albino and produce albinos. So I'll be able to prove that. And of course, that's not a natural thing that you really would ever see. It's like a 1 in a million in the wild. What are the odds? So currently I'm not counting those 2 as under that, and I'm not going to get any more besides Ness. Say way too much. So I'm not counting those 2, so technically I only have 2. But at the same time, it's a male, he's not doing anything, he's always musking, he doesn't eat it very well. I said, you know what, why do I have this snake? Why don't I get rid of him and figure out something else? Especially as I'm trying to get my selling permit and I'm posting on YouTube every day, except for Thursdays, just because work schedule. And, I'm trying to grow my collection and my Instagram and my YouTube and all that. So why don't I just get rid of this snake, and then there's no worry of is it illegal or is it not? And there's no risk for me to just get rid of it. It is, I ended up selling my hognose about 4 or 5 months ago, which was my first snake, and this was my second snake. And I've had a lot of memories. This snake was really aggressive, and I was actually really afraid of snakes for whatever reason. I was like, I want them. I would always take them out, and I would never handle them. I just let them free roam. When they got too close to the door, I would block them or something like that. And so I have a lot of memories with this snake, and it taught me a lot. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and I'm going to sell it. Now, my seller's permit. So I had a lot of trouble finding the right forums online, and it was very confusing. All the forums said, oh, fill out this other form, fill out this other form. They would say fill each other out before you fill them out. It just made no sense. And some said they were $30, some said, one of them said up to $700. And I'm not, like, I was like, what? No, everyone says, you know, it's maybe $100. So I got in touch with Sam AJ. He runs the Lodi show in Lodi, California, and I'm sure a bunch of other ones. That's just the only one I've been to that I know of. Where at that show this last year, 2019, I went with my buddy Armando and I vended for the first time. And I'm hooked. I want to vend every reptile show now. But I got in contact with him. Extremely nice guy, the best. I can't wait to be in business with him and work with him. He said, you know what, you just call Sacramento BOE, and I'm not really sure what that is. It's probably Board Operations. It's some kind of acronym. He said, you call them, they'll walk you through it online, and it's a $50 fee, and they get you for the whole year. I said, that's awesome, that's perfect, that's exactly what I need. Catch me then the next show, except for the Sacramento show. It's too late to buy a booth. I can't afford a booth. I have nothing to put on a booth at the Sacramento show. But smaller shows, especially one-day shows, you catch me there all the time. I'll take the days off work. I'll do whatever I got to do. And I'll start bringing my crested geckos. One thing I would love to do is wholesale some more corn snakes and bring those to my table. I'd love to get a bunch and pick a couple to raise up and just start my snakes. I have a bunch of geckos, and the geckos are flourishing. You know, fat tails. I got 3 times as many breeders as I did last year. Crested geckos. I will have another pair ready to breed in a couple months, and I have one pair. I'm gonna have a pair and a trio of snakes, a pair of corns and a trio of kings, ready in 2 years. And that's just, it's really not. I don't know. It's gonna be enough when I get there, but right now I just want more snakes. And by the time they're all grown up, I'm like, why did I have so many snakes? But I kind of enjoy selling adult animals rather than babies, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm not really sure why. It's just, for me, I like raising all my animals up and then selling them, which maybe I should look into breeding green trees or something like that, somewhere they have a neonate stage or they transform a lot. Crested geckos, they do that. Corns, a little bit, yeah. But I like watching my animals grow up, and I think selling adults is a really good idea. I mean, you can ask more for them. And if I'm keeping 20 leopard geckos, it's not hard to keep one more and then sell it for an extra $100 when it's an adult. Like, come on, keep it for 8 months. You're buying $1 worth of mealworms every week I pay $1. I pay $1 for my mealworms, and they feed all my geckos in those 6 tubs. And then I have extra, and then I pay $1 for all my crickets. It's insane. I get really good prices at my work. So that's kind of it for today. I'll probably, I told him $20 for the snake, no big deal. I will probably use that money to buy more crested gecko food because I'm low on every flavor, but I'm also broke because I buy animals. There are no new animals coming to the channel, as far as I know, but you never really know. I think it'd be really cool to go out and catch something and put on that fireplace, that mantle right there. That'd be really fun. But other than that, that's it for today's video. I will be selling Midas, my 2-year-old coral banded male California king snake. What's up? I'm back. Water in my ears, so if I'm not speaking loud, it's because I went swimming. So obviously I have the snake here. I didn't end up selling the snake. They were afraid that it was possibly wild caught, which I had told them I didn't know. And they wanted to get my friend down, who is a king snake expert, but there's no way he'd be able to tell because it's just a snake. Like, you can't just look at it. No, that's wild caught. That's not. There's no way to tell. So it was kind of dumb. And he's the one who said, yeah, they'll take it. But nevertheless, I have it for a little bit longer. He's gonna approve it anyway. He knows what the snake looks like. And It's just unfortunate. But at the end of the day, I could have lied. I could have been stupid and said, no, yeah, that's captive bred, but that's not what it's about. I wouldn't want someone doing that to me, so. There's my boy. And I picked up a Kesha Gecko while I was there. This one is new. They make fish food, and this is supposed to be a pre-mixed stuff. It's supposed to be really good. No mixing. I'm gonna try this out tomorrow and let you guys know how that goes. But that's it for today. I'm James from James' Jeptiles. You can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, jamesjeptiles@gmail.com. And like, comment, subscribe. You know, watching my videos. Tell me I'm doing a good job. Tell me if something's bad. Honestly, that would help so much. Like if the audio is super bad and no one else is saying it, be the first one to say it, because that would help me. And I'm just here. I want to educate the people. I want to tell people what I know, and they can decide or not decide or do more research and just keep animals and have fun. And with that, have a good Labor Day weekend. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.